Very excited about making this crispy fried chicken with a fiery tamarind sauce with all these ingredients that you see. I'm just getting started, so stay tuned with me on Ifnatcancook. 2 cups of flour, 2 eggs, 600 to 700 grams of boneless chicken, 1 cup tamarind, half a cup red chili dried, that's half a cup of garlic chips, some green chilies, some coriander, some basil, and at least 2 to 3 chopped up spring onions. 1 teaspoon each of paprika, onion and garlic powder, half a teaspoon of white pepper, and 5 spice powder, which is optional. Season chicken with salt, season flour with salt. Mix these masalas, half of it goes into the chicken and half into the flour. Add 4 tablespoons of water to this egg and beat it well. Take the seasoned chicken, dredge it in the flour, make sure the excess flour falls off, dip it in the egg, put it back in the flour and set it on. Halfway there. Okay, all this has been dredged and now I'm adding neutral oil to a wok. But I'm not going to fry the chicken first because the flour will make a mess. I'm going to fry the sliced garlic pieces, just checking if there are little bubbles forming, if the oil is hot enough. I beg your pardon. Let's fry this now. Just make sure that it doesn't burn. A light gold will suffice. I have a strainer like this, which I will use. Remove that, and the purpose is not to make this crispy, it's just to give the oil a little flavor. I'm doing the same thing with the dried red chilies. Don't burn it, please. Remove when you feel it's done. Halfway through, I'm going to add a teaspoon of black pepper balls. Okay, this is how much you need to do this. Don't make it darker than this. Let's remove. Don't burn that. And now we can do the chicken. The key to frying is to know when to add the pieces of chicken. This is clearly not done. We have to wait for some more bubbles. They're forming. Yeah. It's ready. Let's fry the chicken one piece at a time. Don't fry them all together, guys. Don't crowd the oil and bring the temperature down. This needs to be crispy but not brown. This piece is ready. I'm going to remove this. You can just have these chicken tenders with some sauce. They're so good. I'm going to fry some more. I think I've cracked it, guys. So good. Okay. One tip. After the third batch, you'll have to add more oil and wait for it to get hot. And the 5 spice powder was great. Can't find 5 spice powder, then Google how to make it. That really makes a difference. Oh, so good. You also need to buy one of these. They're called fish turners. Very easy to turn something in a wok like this for deep frying. Today's a detailed video, guys. I really want you guys to know all these things. Okay, so this is done. It's taken a while. I'm adding that to this mixing bowl, parat, platter, whatever you want to call it. I'm adding the garlic chips, the red chilies, and the black pepper. Now I'm going to make the sauce. Okay, for the sauce, 1 tablespoon of that oil, and I suggest throw away the rest of the oil. Too much frying going on there. And I'm going to take a cup of tamarind. Now, every tamarind is different. This is strong. At least a teaspoon of sugar. I will add more if I need it. I have some celery. I feel celery does wonders to a dish like this. I have some green chilies. I've added that 2 to 3 tablespoons of soya sauce because this has no salt in it. I will add more sugar. I have a feeling. Let's try this. Okay, that's come to a boil. I ended up adding 2 teaspoons of sugar. Okay, so you know the flour that was left? I'm going to add that into a mix, but first I'll mix this with cold water and then add it into that. 1 teaspoon of flour, cold water. See, this is what happens if you don't add it in cold water, and in spite of that, so never add it into hot water. This should be enough. I'm going to put this back on the stove and give it a little boil. And the sauce has immediately thickened. You can use corn flour too, guys. But let's not waste what we have lying around. Okay, so this will come to a little boil. I'll turn off the fire, show you what to do next. This is still nice and crispy. I'm adding coriander, lots of basil leaves. My favorite spring onions cut in many different shapes and sizes. I've cut round, thinly sliced white, and this is my favorite part. Now mix this up. Now I want you to see how much you're going to consume right now and only add the sauce to that amount. Not to all, otherwise the chicken is going to become flat and chewy and soft. Smelling so good. So I woke up this morning and I really wanted some crispy chicken with the tamarind sauce. I had a lot of tamarind lying in the fridge. And that's it. I know this was a little tedious, but you can absolutely do this with fewer pieces of chicken. Make this with prawns or cubed boneless fish as well. This is a fantastic recipe, and if you want to impress people, this is it. Better than restaurant food, guys, I promise you that. Another tip for you is if you use roasted sesame oil on top, which I shall do in a bit, and serve this with white rice. Thank you for watching this recipe from me on Ifnatcancook.